All right, now the last thing I want to discuss about the P90X versus the Soviet training model is that the Soviet training model was a matter of necessity. If you were to ask those coaches and scientists if there was a better way to do it, they would say absolutely. And what they would tell you is how they're doing it now in those countries, especially in Russia. They're working progressions. If somebody is getting used to an exercise, they don't throw another exercise in there necessarily to confuse them at first. They increase the intensity. And when a athlete has maxed out that particular exercise, then they do some recovery. Then they introduce some physical preparation. P90X is general preparation. It's not specific preparation. And that leads me to my next point. If you are somebody that wants to pack on 15 to 20 plus pounds of muscle, the P90X is not for you. If you look at most guys, they're losing 50 pounds. They're not gaining. Now, they say they gain muscle. Now, that's if you're a fat ass and you haven't trained. But if you're somebody that's trained and you're trying to pack on 15 to 20 pounds of muscle and you've been training for a while, it's not the way to do it. Why? Because the stimulus is not sufficient enough. You're confusing the muscles, and therefore you're increasing cortisol. And then let's say, as you gain 3 pounds of muscle, you lose 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of muscle because of the stress hormones. So you need to have a loaded barbell and heavy dumbbells and heavy training that's progressive. You need the body to get used to the training. Once it gets used to it, then you can go heavy without fear of injury. And that's the thing. If you guys want to put on over 20 pounds of muscle naturally without stupid steroids and performance-enhancing drugs, go right now to Wolverine42.com. You'll have a body that's better than Hugh Jackman's. I guarantee it. It's a program that I've developed over thousands of programs. Go to Wolverine42.com. But basically, the P90X, it's a very good physical preparation, a general physical preparation program. If you're somebody that is looking to trim some fat and wants to mix it up a little bit, just be careful. You don't want to get injured because remember, you have that increased state of the body trying to protect itself, so you have the increased awareness and the heightened state of fight or flight. Just be aware of that, and I think it has its premise. If you've been training for a while and you don't want to train heavy and you're not concerned about gaining 15 to 20 plus pounds of muscle, you might want to try it. I think it can be effective in that way. The diet makes sense. You just have to have the discipline to do it at home or wherever you want to do it. I think it's okay, but keep in mind that this is modeled after a Soviet-style training, and if the Soviets had their way, if they had more money, they wouldn't do it this way. They do it in a progressive way in which you see in Wolverine42.com. Now, Wolverine42.com is not for everybody. If you're a girl, you may not want to gain 20 pounds of muscle. You'd be kicking the crap out of your boyfriend. You may not like that, and he certainly won't like that. But if you're an athlete, if you're a football player, if you're a wrestler, if you're a hockey player and you want to put on muscle, you're a natural bodybuilder, you're a power lifter. Guys, with this program, when I was 13 years old doing the Wolverine42.com, I put on 20 pounds of muscle. When it was all said and done and my strength days were over, my football days were over, I had a 450-pound bench, and I did it in a T-shirt. I had a 600-pound squat, which was parallel, and I had over a 365-pound power clean, and I used to goof around with 550-pound deadlifts. I never really deadlifted much, but I didn't like to train too much with the deadlifts, so I did a lot of Olympic lifts. But the Wolverine 42 program is what I did. That's our basis program. Now from there, you build off there. Then you can cut yourself up. You can make yourself more agile. You can increase your plyometric or shock training ability. You can increase your speed, your vertical power, what have you. Once you have that functional mass that's put on, then you can mold it in any way that you want. So P90X is great if you want to mix it up. You want to get tone, but if you're trying to put on muscle mass, you want to put on that natural muscle mass, you got to train with a loaded barbell and go to Wolverine42.com. And also we got some free content. If you want to explore the Wolverine42.com before buying the course, you can go to 42 days to mywolverinebody.com. 42 days to mywolverinebody.com. But other than that, go over to the site, go over to Wolverine42.com, give it a shot. Now, I'm not making this some snake oil salesman marketing ploy. I'm just comparing the two. I'm giving you options, okay? Like I said, the P90X is great if you just want some general conditioning, but if you want specific mass building, then, and the former Soviet scientists would agree with me, you have to be progressive in your training, and nothing is more progressive or effective for building over 20 pounds of lean, natural muscle and tons of strength, like I've already proved that I've done myself, than going to Wolverine42.com and read it, have at it. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe to the channel too, and we'll see you.
Congratulations! Change a lot of names, some. Know that we have always been